Hello and welcome to Mbianyamkuta Glass Table Talk. It's been a while, but hey ho, life has been lifing. I hope you're all well. We did post on our Facebook page about breech presentation. Breech presentation is when the baby is coming into the birth canal, bottom down. So what presents is the bum of the baby, which is an obstetric emergency, and that requires a lot of expertise, a lot of patience, and as such, because it's a very delicate situation, doctors and midwives would advocate for the safest way of delivering that baby would be a cesarean section, because there's been known cases of the body being born and then the head gets trapped to the point where there is fetal demise, or if that child survives, there will be a lot of comorbidities that their quality of life might not be the best quality of life. So for that reason, most doctors and us as midwives would advocate for the safest way to have that baby a healthy baby, because what we want at the end of any pregnancy is a healthy baby. So I just want to allay some other people's anxieties about breech presentation, because I get a lot of questions like, oh, I've been told that my baby's breech, what am I going to do? It's breech, BREECH. It's not bridge, because I've seen some people saying bridge. It's breech presentation. There are types of breech presentation. Some of them, if someone has had babies before and they've got room to deliver that baby, some of the babies in an emergency, they can be born normally, in the normal way. But like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a very delicate situation that needs a lot of expertise, a lot of patience, and a multidisciplinary approach. When I say multidisciplinary, I mean there must be obstetricians, midwives, the neonatal doctors, because that baby is most likely to be not in a very good condition and the APGAS might be low, what we call APGAS. I'll come with that topic about APGAS another day. So there is what we call a frank breech, where the bottom is the one that is really wedged into the pelvis and the legs are up. That is what is called a frank breech. A frank breech can be delivered vaginally, can be delivered normally, but like I said before, for the safest option would be a cesarean section. But if it so happens, as it would in the real world, that this woman comes in fully dilated and that bottom is on the perineum, there is nothing we are going to do. We are not going to push that baby back to deliver it by cesarean section. Sometimes that baby just delivers itself. So those things can happen. And then there is what we call a complete breech. A complete breech is almost similar to a frank breech, and the legs are up as well, but almost in an almost flexed position. That's a frank breech. Then there is an incomplete breech where one leg is up, one leg is down, and you really don't know what this baby is doing, or whether it's been doing some gymnastics or what. Then we've got a footling breech, where you find the foot is the one that is coming first. There is no way that baby is going to be born in the normal way. The only way to deliver a footling breech would be a cesarean section. Otherwise, there will be a lot of comorbidities to mom and to the baby. Then we've got the last one. This one takes the biscuit. Okay, fine. I'm not going to come head down, but I'm going to kneel my way out. This one is a knee presentation. That one as well is not going to be born in the normal way. That will be a cesarean section. So advocating for the doctors when they are advising you that your baby is breech, the safest way is to opt for a cesarean section. Please, 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 I beg you, listen to the doctors, because what you want at the end of the day is a normal, healthy baby, and you being in a state where you can look after that baby as well. So, saying that, when you are pregnant, a baby can be in any position that it wants to be until 36 weeks. If a baby is persistently in a breech presentation by 36 weeks, because that's when sometimes the descent into the pelvis starts, and the doctors, this is a procedure that is done by doctors. Very rarely would it be done by midwives. And where I've worked and I've seen the procedure being done, it's done whilst they are using the ultrasound as well to guide them. It's called external cephalic version. Cephalic means the head. So externally, the doctor tries to push this baby to turn so that the head comes first. And in most cases, they do turn, but in most cases they turn back and become breech again. So it's a catch-22. So you are likely to be offered an ECV if your doctor feels that it's safe for you, it's safe for the baby, and your blood group allows that, and things like that. There is quite a lot that they'll tell you in detail, and they normally advocate for that to be done by about 36, 37 weeks when baby's term, so that if baby's in any distress at any point, they will then get to deliver the baby by cesarean section straight away. So it's just another layer of knowledge that can be done. And when a breech baby is born, let's say a breech baby is born normally or by cesarean section, because that baby has been sitting in an unnatural angle where the legs have been up like this, there is most likely to be some damage to the hips, or it might affect hip development. And obviously, if there is some hip disproportion, or there is some issues with the hips, it will affect how the person functions. So what is normally recommended is when a baby is born and they've been in a breech position, whether they are born normally or by cesarean section, in other places that baby should have a hip scan by 6 weeks, just to make sure that the hips are aligned properly, and they haven't got there isn't that disproportion where they can pop out of the ball and socket, the ball and socket joint of the hip. I've forgotten the actual term, but anyway, the ball and socket. So that baby will go through that, and if there is any issue with the hips, then the doctors will refer further to the neonatal, to the pediatric doctors, who can offer some help to get those hips working properly. So that's about the comorbidities of breech presentation to the child. To the mom, not so much, but mom might end up with perineal traumas sometimes, because doctors and midwives might have to make room to get this baby out. So mom might end up with bed tears, like what we call 3rd-degree tears, 4th-degree tears, where there is extensive tears that go as far as the back passage. That can be quite an issue for a young woman in a childbearing age who is still sexually active and who would want to enjoy being intimate with their partners. So to avoid all those things, sometimes that's why you find that doctors normally recommend a cesarean section. Thank you very much. I'll come back to you with more. Thanks for listening to Mbianyam Kuta Glass Table Talk.